Nothing to end the season with a good drink of rum. Bruins lose 5-4 in overtime against the New Jersey Devils in the final game of the 2024-2025 season. Welcome back down into the den, everybody. And I'm here with some very special guests. I have we're in the Short Shift Podcast Discord with my good friends AJ and Rat. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing good. Hi, everybody.
Doing pretty darn good.
Just
check the standings. We're still below Philly.
Really good to no better way to end this season than losing in overtime in a game where the young guys looked really good again, hey?
Yep, and Morgan Geeky scored again and got an assist.
Morgan Geeky, he's elite. He's elite, but not as elite as Beecher 1C, who did not play in this game. Sad face. I'm gonna be sad when he leaves, which is probably gonna be in this offseason. Oh boy.
Also looking at down the stretch here, it's looking like Fabian Lysel's finally coming into his own.
Fabian Lysel.
That was a beaut of an assist on that Husnudinov goal.
The assist he had on the Husnudinov goal was this is exactly what I was talking about. Was he's not going to be a world beater the moment that he steps onto the ice. So just give him a minute. And I can understand why people are going to be impatient given how much this organization has made us wait for him and seen, Wyatt Johnston and Logan Stankoven and a bunch of other players drafted after Lysel get brought up and become bona fide superstars before Lysel has. But that's just the way things go sometimes, and Lysel coming up at right now isn't the worst thing in the world. It gives him a good amount of NHL experience to take into next season and become the superstar we know that he can be.
Yeah, exactly. And he's able to spread the ice for you with his speed. I mean, you see that on that assist there. He just comes down the side there with speed, just absolutely. The guy has NHL speed. You got to get him everything else. He also is able to get in position. Go ahead.
That was one of the biggest things that every scout noticed about him was this kid is fast and he knows how to utilize it. It's not like, even though I love him, even though I love Lauko has speed, but sometimes he just uses it to just zoom around doing nothing. But Lysel,
yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god, the last 10 or so games of this season, we saw on full display the potential that this kid has.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he just had to take a little bit of time to get used to the league and get used to the difference in speed versus the A.
Yep, and even though he did his juniors and in the dub, he still it's not like that's an easy transition to spend most of your life playing in Europe and then adapt to Canadian juniors and then adapt to American minors and then American majors. There's so many levels to the adaptation that there's so many layers to the adaptability that a player has to have to be able to make it into the NHL to begin with, let alone become a regular starter. And I think that Lysel is displaying that on full force. And speaking of young guys, how about that John Farinacci goal? Oh my God! What a bottle rocket!
Yeah, he's an absolute beautician.
Just
absolute beautician.
like, a goal in his first game is something that we should have expected from a player who openly states that he models his game after Patrice Bergeron. And
but a
like,
goal like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And, like, I know that this organization has kind of has a problem with trying to fit everybody into that mold, even players that it just doesn't work with. Like, yeah, you gotta admit that sometimes a player just does not have a two-way game. It's like, it'd be like trying to put that on Casey Middlestat. You know Casey Middlestat. He's not gonna be good in his own zone. He is going to be electric in the offensive zone and do absolutely nothing in his own zone, and that's just the type of player he is. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just the type of player he is. But with John Farinacci being able to, a goal like that from, as previously stated, the guy who wants to be Patrice Bergeron so badly. Oh, it's so encouraging.
Yeah, it's insane because you factor in Matthew Poitras, and I swear it's like we have two Bergies there. Like, I really do feel like Patra's got that 200-foot game too.
Potsy absolutely has. Potsy absolutely has that.
No, go ahead.
It is my show after all. Potsy absolutely has that 200-foot game, but I think with him it's a matter of he's too young. I think that he needs one or two more years before he actually becomes a full-time starter.
Oh, absolutely.
He has the juice. He has the juice. It's just a matter of the juice isn't pressed yet. If you catch my drift, there's still a little bit to get out of him before like, okay, yeah, I gotcha. Second line for the rest of your career.
Yeah, it's insane. Also, Farinacci is 24.
Farinacci is 24, and I can, and him making his debut now, I guess it does kind of make sense, but some players have a little bit longer of a development curve. And
I wonder if you get Farinacci on there a little bit before you fully pull up Poitras, although I want Poitras up here. So I feel so conflicted because Casey Middlestat's your 3C. Like, that's your Charlie Coyle replacement there. He's younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's younger.
Yeah,
he's younger and only costs like $500,000 more than Coyle, which in the grand scheme of things that can absolutely throw a wrench into things. Remember last year when we were trying to bring Beecher up, but we were messing around with like $15,000 of cap space, and we just couldn't because we were just so slammed up against the cap. Thanks, Sweeney. Thanks, Neely. Unfortunately, neither of them are. Unfortunately, Greg Hill is kind of full of shit, and I really don't think that either of them are going to resign from their positions on Wednesday.
Absolutely, yeah. No, Rat, I was gonna kind of let you have the floor for a second because I
you're good. You're good. I'm just going with the conversation right now. Like, yeah, I don't know.
No, that's okay. I was just looking at Middlestat. I should just copy and paste. That's way easier. Why the heck wouldn't I just copy and paste?
Control C, Control V, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm just like, I can't fucking, I can't type this name. I'm too dyslexic for this.
You know what?
You'll understand.
You know what?
This is what Middlestat's picture looked like. I just thought this was interesting because I look in the eyes of Middlestat in this photo and I go, "This is the person who's like, my soul is gone." Like, I don't. It was a weird picture. But anyways, I think that's awesome that they ended up getting a 26-year-old Middlestat versus Coyle, who's, I'm just typing this in real quick.
He's like 31, I think.
33.
Oh,
33.
Jeepers. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and honestly, good for him. I hope that he wins a cup with Colorado because I don't have a lot of teams that I'm actively rooting for. I'm not gonna lie.
I was. I have a friend who's a Stars fan, and Sky, if you see this, hello. Who's been in my DMs for like the past couple of weeks trying to get me on the Stars bandwagon, and I was like, I'm with you, and then you gave up 3 unanswered in the final minute against the Canucks.
Yeah, that was
Like,
embarrassing.
As soon as you do that, it's so evident how much that like, I think that Dallas has a fantastic roster. They also are so reliant on Heiskanen. Like,
Yeah.
beyond Heiskanen, their defense kind of just falls out after with Esa Lindell.
Oh Lord, I've got bad news.
Oh,
The St. Louis Blues might actually clinch a playoff spot right now.
oh no! I mean,
They're up 4-1.
Yeah, I saw that they were up on Utah.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Snuggerud also with his first goal. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
Don't they have
it's insane.
2 Boston coaches on the same team at the same time right now?
God.
Oh.
So
Pain!
the former Bruins in the playoffs, we got Ollie, Carlo, Brazeau, Coyle, Frederick, Marchand, Cassidy, Monty, Claude. Shoot, who else? God.
Minnesota needs to win this game versus the Ducks, or if the Flames lose to the Golden Knights, which the Flames are down 3-1 entering the second, it looks very likely the Flames are about to get eliminated. The Wild are about to probably take that 7th seed, and then the
Hell yeah,
the Blues are going to take that 8th seed. That's insane. They had to go on a tear, and they did. I hate it.
Admittedly, I have a soft spot for the Wild. I think they're always a fun team to watch.
Yeah,
The Wild is not my issue. It's the Blues. The Blues are my issue.
And I'm not gonna lie. Shout is legitimately one of the best goal songs in the league.
Well, yeah, you just shout along and you let it all out. These are the things I can do without.
Jump up and shout now! Jump up and shout now! Hey, hey! It's so fun.
They used to have Crowd Chant by Joe Satriani too.
Crowd Chant by Joe Satriani is also really good. I will forever love what Seattle did with Lithium by Nirvana.
That one hits on so many different levels.
I like it. Let's go Kraken. I
like how the Bruins clinched last in the East. I mean, we got the pick we were looking for, maybe, but oh my God, last in the East hurts.
Least of the East.
Yeah, and we lost twice to Nashville, who has 10 fewer points than us. Hain! All right, proceed. Sorry.
Man, I mean, this season is just a clusterfuck. It's hard to really put it into words that are not a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
This is like it felt like this team just they got out to a slow start, and then Lindholm broke his knee, and then they fired Monty, and then everything just snowballed from there. And it was just awful. It was just a really, really bad season. I don't think this is indicative of future failure. But if it is, fucking tank for McKenna. Come on.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, if you're over there.
Like, if you start out next season in bad, and I would say make the decision early to cut the cord and then tank for McKenna. And I got Macklin here, with the Padres hat. He's definitely going to be a little bit pissed off if the Bruins get McKenna out of this. But like, I mean, come on. You guys got Macklin. You guys got Will Smith. You guys got so many good prospects. You can afford to give us this McKenna a little bit. I don't think he's happy with that.
It's insane. I don't think he is either.
But in terms of what we do at 4, if we stay at 4, obviously if we move up to 1 or 2, you have to get Misa, and if you just end up not getting Misa, you get Schaefer. Like if
for real.
Like if for some reason you go up to 2 and San Jose ends up taking
you take Schaefer easily.
Yeah. If like the
you have a consensus like 1 and 2, but not the order. It's insane.
Right. It's like with I would say it's like with the NFL draft this year, but like I don't even think that the top 4 is consensus on who's in what order. Like we know it's
what draft. Sorry, you know what draft this reminds me of? Believe it or not.
Which one?
Sagan and Hall. Like nobody was 100% sure who was going to be taken first. I don't think, unless was Taylor Hall the better, like the definitive better option coming out, because I think I just remember reading in the paper back then. Yeah, reading in the paper.
It very much was a question of Taylor versus Tyler.
Yes, it was. I remember. Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure, because sometimes you just gaslight yourself. I wanted to make sure that wasn't the situation. But yeah, no, I remember we're like, are we getting Sagan or are we getting Hall? Well, if they take Sagan, we take Hall. Vis-a-vis,
That was the draft in which that was the draft in which Jared Tenorti got taken over Evgeny Kuznetsov, Charlie Coyle, and Brock Nelson. Oh my god.
Tyler Sagan got drafted the same year as Charlie Coyle. Now that's interesting to me.
That is also interesting.
Right?
Yeah, right.
My brain hurts now. Ow.
This all happened when I was 8.
Lordy. I'm trying to think. I think I was in high school.
I didn't even know what a hockey was.
Yeah.
And then
I did.
And then I saw freaking what is it? And then I saw Bruins Stars December and then I saw Bruins versus Stars. It was February 3rd, 2011, and my entire life was changed.
That game was insane. That game was truly insane.
That game.
So many. If I'm thinking of, it's so many fights.
3 fights in the first 5 seconds, and Andrew Raycroft gives up 2 goals on the first two shots he faces, and he gets pulled afterwards, which, if I'm not mistaken, makes him one of the few goaltenders in NHL history to post a save percentage of 0 in a game. And just, oh my god, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. Whatever happened to that team? Man.
No idea.
Man.
I have no idea. It's insane. Where we were and where we are now is just mind-boggling to me.
Again, it's befuddling how this team went from from the best regular season in NHL history 2 years ago to a bottom five to a top five pick in the draft because we suck so much this year. Like at least in 2010 we got a top 10 pick because Toronto sucked that much.
That
Yeah,
really just
no,
shows you how much
exactly.
we were leaning on the goaltending tandem.
Exactly. Like
It's kind of embarrassing in hindsight.
right. And like I don't think that Swayman is so bad that he can't take up the mantle of goalie one. It's just everybody in front of him was awful this season.
Yeah.
Like again, I guess it isn't really it isn't really, you can't really put too much on him because but also you can't really put too much on the defense because they were playing so injured. Again, Lindholm got injured less than a month into the season and never came back. We lost McAvoy at the break, and just everything. This season was a perfect disaster. This was just a perfect storm of everything that could have gone wrong. This is Murphy's Law in a season for the Bruins.
Everything just melted.
But I think at 4, I think what we need to be talking about is what happens next, and I think, and really the only question that we can ask right now is what's going to happen at 4. It's basically what's going to happen at 4, and who are we going to offer sheet. But let's first talk about who we're gonna get at 4. I know we already talked about getting Misa. I would say of the three that I could see us getting at 4, those being James Higgins, Anton Frondel, and Caleb Denoyer. I would say that Higgins is probably the closest thing to an NHL ready prospect of those three, but Denoyers is probably going to have the highest upside.
Yeah,
I think that Frondel definitely splits the two, but I would probably end up going with Denoyers.
But yeah, they have Denoyer at 7 and they have Frondel at 5, so it's interesting that you say that.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I would...
But I keep hearing good things about them. Like, I mean, obviously, they're top 10.
Right. And, even though this draft isn't really supposed to be great, you're still getting someone who's supposed to be good. Of course, there is always the possibility that they just don't pan out, which happens.
Yeah.
With Denoyer, that's a very real possibility because he's coming from the Q.
True.
That league is just really, really hit and miss. So
the Q you do get some really good players. Hello, Patrice Bergeron.
Hello. We gotta make sure that that we target Denoyer, or because I don't really want McQueen personally. I'm just looking over.
I don't particularly want McQueen, but I know that Donnie is like hell bent on getting him at some point.
Yes, I know a lot of people keep saying, that Sweeney is obsessed with drafting McQueen. I don't understand it, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Heck, you could even take Brady. You take Brady Martin over McQueen if you so chose, but no.
Yeah. Like,
is it from Sault Ste. Marie? Like, come on.
If Martoni is still available at 3, do we get him?
I'm looking over at this, and he's projected 6. So yeah, we could get Martoni at 3 if we got 3.
Or rather, at
Martoni
4.
projected at
My
3 on Tankathon at least.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the projections as well. I'm trying to gain my footing because
I'm just looking at Tankathon and
what I'm looking at too.
What is it? They're predicting Schaefer. They're obviously predicting Schaefer at 1, Misa at 2, Martoni at 3. We get Higgins at 4, and yeah, McQueen falls all the way at 8. I think
if we get Higgins at 4, though, that's a great fit because he goes to BC. He's a center. Like
that's
I don't hate that at all.
That's the other thing that I'm thinking. Like local kid and NCAA. Sweeney. That is the way to Sweeney's heart.
It's Sweeney's dream.
Yeah.
For real, that's 100% what he wants.
But when it comes, but now I think it's important to talk about like, I'm gonna go on to Puckpedia and see which what is it, impending RFAs. RFA. Hold on.
I know the names that keep getting tossed around, particularly, are Marner and Ehlers.
Right. It's right. It's Marner and Ehlers that people are mostly talking about.
Yeah.
Let's see. Like Bouchard is an RFA, and he's and unless Edmonton completely loses their shit, they're gonna keep him. Peterka, I can see also staying with Buffalo. Oh, Rossi.
Yeah. Well,
Rossi is a guy that I would love to see us offer sheet.
I could see Peterka staying at Buffalo, but I also would love to see Peterka make their way over to Boston.
Right.
I think that could be a scary addition to a team, especially if you're somehow able to swing Peterka and like a Marner. That would be insane.
God, yeah. I mean, adding Marner to this team in general makes it a lot more scary.
Yeah, but the good news, Farnsworth reference. The good news for this is that you don't have to overspend on 2 players this offseason. You could just go get Marner, and then if you're able to, we have the most cap space, I'm pretty sure, or one of the most. Right. So just go ahead and snag Peterka, give him a good offer, and see what you can get. But you said RFA, right? Yeah, I would.
Yeah. I would also love to see us take a shot at McTavish, but
yeah, Mason McTavish would be insane on this team.
McTavish would be insane on this team, but I think that the Ducks are like very, very hell bent on.
The Ducks are obsessed with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, I don't like him.
I could. Ooh, you know who I kind of want to see us take a shot at? Bowen Byram.
That'd be sick.
Oh,
if the considering how much this team needs defense, and it's just in general, a left shot who's 23 years old. Honestly, I would kill to have him on this team.
Yeah, honestly.
Yep. Like honestly, if we can pry Byram away from, if we can pry Byram away from Buffalo, I'm fine with us letting Lorai walk. Honestly.
No. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm like reluctantly in the same boat. I really want them to bring back Lorai. I think Lorai gets a lot of like hate. I like understand where the frustration comes from, and also yes, there's proper data to back up the struggles. But like this is a sophomore slump potentially, but also like kid just needs some time to get settled in. Like this is the thing I had said prior to them being brought up. Everyone's like, you gotta bring up Laura, you gotta give him some NHL minutes. And I'm like, all right, well, you're gonna have to tolerate growing pains. So I don't want to hear you say anything next year. And you know it's every single time it's the same person and they say it the next year, and you're just like, what did I freaking say to you?
It's the same shit with Lysell. Is everybody was so excited to bring him up, and then and he gets out to a slow start, and they're like, "Ugh, why did we call him up?" Like, motherfucker, you're the one who, my brother in Christ, you made the sandwich.
Fabian Lysell is not David Pastrnak right now. I'm so angry, and it's just like, even Pastrnak wasn't Pastrnak when he stepped into the league. People were like, I think people were. No, he really started to light it up as soon as he got in the league, if I'm remembering correctly. Like I want to look up something. Yeah,
Pastrnak was immediately good.
Pastrnak
yes, he
in
was.
his first season. Let's see. Pastrnak in his first season in the show had in 51 games had 15 goals, 11 assists, 26 points. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, he was immediately very, very effective.
and then ever since that first season, he's only had one season in which he hasn't broken the 30 goal threshold, and that was the COVID shortened season. Well,
and he was gonna break it.
Well,
he was gonna break it too.
The 48 game, the 56 game season that, not the 70 game COVID shortened season. The one with the weird divisions. That's the one. And even then he had, even then he was a point per game. The last time he was under a point per game was 17-18, where he had 35, 45, 80, and 82. And
insane.
And I've said this a lot over the past couple of games. Pasternak's playmaking took such a needed step this season. I really don't think that there has been I'm pretty sure before this we were all thinking that Pastrnak, as great as he was just primarily a goal scorer. And for what it's worth, he's still primarily a goal scorer, but at the same time he showed in this season more than anyone prior that he is able to dish the puck just as well as he is able to shoot it.
Yeah, he really is. It's insane. I mean, this is the thing I was talking to, well, more like talking at one of my friends, because they just kind of let me go off sometimes.
I'll drink
but
to that.
I was, yeah. I mean, it'd be like that sometimes.
That's the end of my rum and juice. Damn.
Yeah. No, I just absolutely lost my point there. I'm sorry.
Something about you talking at your friends about Pastrnak.
Oh, okay. Yes. Thank you. Sorry. Pastrnak has had the superior season to Ovechkin. It's not even close.
Oh God.
And you look at the points, and then additionally you look at the fact that Ovechkin was getting fed the puck, but then other people be like, well, you just came back from a broken leg, and it's like, all right, cool. I can respect that, and I understand that. However, it's just I don't know. The guy's numbers, it was so clear he was getting fed the puck so he could beat the record. And kudos. Good on you, bro. Great. Now somebody else hopefully will come along and break it.
David
I don't think it's going to happen, but I would love Pastrnak to do it.
David Pastrnak in this team was in this season was top 5 in scoring on a bottom 5 team. Like if that is not a heart contender, I have no idea what is.
No, I mean it absolutely is. He should be there, but he's not going to be because unfortunately you didn't make the postseason. It's just crazy how this stuff works. Like it doesn't recognize true greatness because, like the fact that this team, bottom of the East, we are a top 4 pick, first time in a long time. I'm pretty sure it was the Sagan draft.
The first time we've had a pick this high that we did not trade for was Kessel. Was 2000?
Oh, it really was.
It was Phil Kessel at 5 in 2006. Next, and we just because like what is it? We got Sagan from a pick that we got from Toronto from trading Kessel.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's just top 5 picks on top 5 picks.
Yep.
Except one of them was second overall.
One of them was second overall, and the other one was 9th overall, where we still got Dougie Hamilton.
Yeah, no, exactly. And also, it's funny, right? Because everybody was so concerned we were going to blow our tank. But here we are in the spot we were supposed to, in a game that we fought to get to overtime for, I don't know, pride? I respect. Like, I get it. Teams tank, but players don't. Right. I know we hear that a lot, So it was nice for them to play in front of their crowd and, get some of the youth injected into the lineup and see what you have. John Farinacci looks like a potential, 2C if he plays the way he did today.
I think that
if that was a blip, then he's a 4C.
I think I truly think that the statement in this game was getting to overtime. I think that you constantly hear about statement wins. This was a statement overtime loss. This was just like, we kind of suck this year, but we're not going down without a fight. And and what have I been saying in the past? What have I been saying over the past month and a half or so? You're allowed to lose, just don't make it embarrassing. And this was absolutely a loss where they lost and they made it not embarrassing.
Yeah, they really did. And also, you got to see the actual talent that you have coming up, and hopefully some of them staying up, because I don't know why you wouldn't have Lysell on your third line at least next year. I mean, you ran with Trent Frederick for most of this year on your third line, and he has had the worst season I've seen him play in forever. I hate to say that because I absolutely love Freddie. I wanted him to stay around. I wanted him to win a cup with us. I really did. And it just really freaking sucks.
It just didn't work out.
Yeah, it just didn't work out. And that sucks. And that sucks.
And sometimes shit just doesn't work out. And that's okay. As long as you recognize that it doesn't work out and you move on from him. Not cut Tristan Jarry and then bring him back a couple weeks later.
That's why we're on the call. We're looking at the game, and I'm like, "Hey, what? Who's in net right now? Because didn't Tristan Jarry leave? Because Rat was like,
that's what
Tristan Jarry's in net."
What the fuck?
And I was like,
I thought Jarry was gone. I thought we didn't have to worry about him. I thought that we didn't have to acknowledge his existence anymore after he got cut from Pittsburgh. But nope, apparently he's still there.
Yeah, because this is what it was. I had asked who was in net. Rat had said Tristan Jarry, and I was like, no, Tristan Jarry's gone. And then you had went on. Yeah, it was good. It was good banter.
He got dropped to waivers, and then it was good.
And then they claimed him.
It was good. It was good banter until and then we started just listing off every single every single number that's been worn by at least one Boston Bruin.
Oh gosh.
It was a fun time.
Who
a lot
else
of
wore
meme
number
answers,
63 but my main man, Matt Herr?
Let's not forget about Bruins legend number 90, Tyler Johnson.
Oh my god! Friggin' Tyler Johnson was
what's really funny is right now on Pro Shop Authentics, his game worn for the Centennial game is on there for retail price because obviously nobody freaking wanted it. But he was like, his number is retired where I live. So, like, I've been tempted to just kind of grab that and just flex that at a home game.
Honestly, that is a very good flex. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I would do really... that. But
unfortunately, I have $3.
I have $3.
Yeah.
I need about $3.50. But man, what a season! What a beautiful disaster of a season. And
definitely have some ups and downs for sure.
Yep. You guys wanna share your thoughts on this season?
Morgan Geeky's elite. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Thank you, Rat. Insightful.
Rat absolutely called it.
Huh?
Rat absolutely called it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like this team finally gave Morgan Geeky Morgan Geeky a chance to succeed, which he didn't have in Seattle or in Carolina. And look what happened. The dude turned into something really good here.
Yeah. Sometimes a change of scenery is all you need. I know it's cliche, but it's true.
Yep.
That's why I said it so much. It's true.
That's why it's a cliche.
That's not cliche at all.
Cliches often happen because there is some truth to them.
Yep, exactly.
But I guess my take on this season, even though I quickly ran out of things to talk about with this team, and how bad they were playing, I still had a whole bunch of fun watching this season. It was interesting, seeing how teams that tank constantly do it. You hear that, Macklin? I'm onto your tactics, you stupid little goofball. But man, and I had a lot of fun with this season, and I had a whole hell of a lot of fun making these videos. And honestly, I think this is about the time where I just do my shout out. It's first and foremost, shout out to both of you guys. After nearly every single game, we would just call and just shoot the shit, and I would frequently edit these videos in call with you guys, and you guys kept me going through times where I really was not in a great spot, and it was. And it meant a lot to me, and and this season, and likely the rest of the continuation of Into the Den, would not be a thing without the two of you. So, AJ, Rat, thank you both so much for this.
That's what friends are for, Bex.
Hell yeah.
We love you.
Additionally, I want to give a shout out to the Short Shift podcast, Andrew, Thomas, and Ian, all for being fantastic and dealing with our bullshit every single week, and especially Ian for messaging me after I was having a little bit of after I was having a whole host of self-doubt during around around January. Same thing for Chris Noshik, the host of the Puck Off and What's Bruin podcast. Thank you for helping me keep my head up in this hell. Shout out to my friend Alan for being one of the biggest people to gas me up throughout this season. I super appreciated that day where you just went through all of my videos and liked and commented on most of them, and it's been wonderful being your friend, and I can't wait for next season with you. And lastly, shout out to everyone that subscribed during this season. I wanted to make it a goal to get to 100 subscribers by the end of this season, and I still want to make it a goal to get to 150 by the end of next season. And I think honestly, there's a part of me that's feeling rejuvenated enough to where I might drop the ultimatum of 150 next season, or I pull the plug. But at the same, I mean, because like, if I don't keep doing this, I lower the chances of people actually tuning in. So, thank you everyone who got me up to 88 subscribers this season. David Posnock subscribers this season, and I hope that I can continue putting out content for all of you during the off season. I still plan on making a couple video essays, particularly one about sports and politics. I know that's going to be divisive. If I plan on going to Bruins prospect dev camp and actually recording my time there. I plan on putting in the work for this channel, because it's worth it. Because you guys have made me feel that this is worth it. So, thank you all so much for the support and the enjoyment that you've given me this season. So, that about wraps it up. Any final thoughts, you guys?
Morgan Geeky's elite. Make
Hope
sure to
that
subscribe if you haven't already.
I was gonna say, give Rat their Morgan Geeky minute. Friggin' Morgan Geeky hit 30 goals this season. David Pastrnak hit another over 100 goals this year. It's not goals, sorry, points. Over
100 goals.
over
Step
100
aside,
goals?
Drex.
That would be insane.
That'd be insane. You know what?
I know he's
Manifesting
good,
that.
man.
I'm just gonna manifest that. I know he's good.
Maybe
He's
in
cooking,
your
but damn.
shell games.
But
Some pricey
yeah,
pong
no,
hockey.
I mean, that's some pricey pond hockey you got there. Yeah. Why don't you get your balls tugged? I've heard the same fucking bit for the last 4 fucking years. I'm so fucking sick of it. Nobody gives a fuck about you, James Sapolsky. Shut the fuck up. God, I lose my fucking mind. That's why I never do be a pro anymore, is because I just hear fucking pricey pond hockey in the middle of the night while I'm minding my own fucking business.
Fuck you,
God
Shorzy.
damn. Fuck you, Jonesy. Fight me. See what happens. I'm glad Shorzy can make an appearance.
You know what'll happen?
Would it really be a short shift?
I punch you, you hit the ground, and I nut all of your passenger door handle.
3 things. I hit you, you hit the pavement, ambulance hit 60. 3 things. 3 things. I hit you, you hit the pavement, I fuck your mom again.
Thank you, Shorzy. Always a
fuck
always
you,
a pleasure.
Jonesy. Fight me, see what happens. Yeah. Thank you.
Anyway,
Anyways.
it's been real. It's been a long 82 games. I think it's time that we just ride into the off season and with this one. So, thank you all so much for watching. and click like if you like this video. Leave a comment and let me know what you thought of this season, what you guys think that the Bruins should do in the offseason, and hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell to stay tuned for everything that I have planned for this offseason. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.